Welcome back to the new edition of this particular YouTube channel. Are your pro tips. All right, on any given day, roughly 70 to 80% of sports bettors end up losing money, every day. And of recent, I was having a conversation with one of our audience about this question about, can you really make money with sport betting? And I was like, okay, with this particular current private circle tips, because of recent I've been using this particular market of over 1.5 goals and any team to score 3 or more goals in a row, and this particular market has been working out so well for me, most especially the any team to score 3 or more goals on the row. So I used to mix this particular two markets together to achieve my daily odds. Actually, these odds may only range from 1.3 to 4 odd or more, depends on available games that meet up with this particular analysis. So in this particular video, we want to look into if truly people are making profit. Yes, people are making profit, but one thing about sport betting is that we have knowledge and luck, and there are some people that they have this luck more than the knowledge. There are some people that doesn't have any knowledge about sports betting at all, and they are still making profit, rather than people that are spending 2 hours 3 hours doing analysis and yet they are not making any profit. So of recent, I've been using this particular strategy of over 1.5 goals and anything not to score 3 or more goals on a row, and on these our private circle groups, and this happens to be the report of this particular group. And if you guys are looking at the odd very well, you guys will notice that we have the odd range from 1.3 to 2 odd of current. So what I'm going to do now is that the tips I usually drop on our private circle groups using the same strategy, the same steps, the same procedure, and we are going to apply all these in this particular 30 days challenge. Actually, this happens to be the day one, and we are going to select the games that we have for today and games that actually meet up with the analysis. So we are going to approach this particular sport betting like an investors with this particular challenge, and let's see if you approach this sport betting or sport trading with discipline and commitment. Let us see if at all you are going to make profit from it. So to be sincere, if you are not an addict, this particular 30 days should not be a long days for you to invest. So we are going to look at the top games that we have today that meet up with this particular two markets, and we are going to select them, and whatever odds that we have, we are going with it. Now when it comes to the bankroll aspect, the total amount of the percentage from our initial capital will be based on 30%. But let us see the first game that we have for today, and we are going for today, which happens to be Saturday 20th of September 2025. And for me, I'm actually challenging myself to turn 5,000 naira from 5,000 naira to 100k. And is this actually possible? No pressure, nothing, just follow the same steps, consistency. I know that it is natural to lose, but we are not applying pressure. Alright, so the first game that I have on the list happens to be under the German league, and I'm going for the match between Hoffenheim against Bayern Munich, and this particular match is expected to end up as over 1.5 goals under the German league. So if you are not using this particular bet platform, you can actually select the game manually. I don't know the odds that your bookies will be providing for you, but for Sportybet we have the odd at 1.08 or 1.09. Alright, so now moving on to the next game. The next game that we have on the list happens to be under the Norway Division 1 league, and under this particular league we have the match between Lillestrøm against Mio. The name is kind of complex, yeah? So we're having the game to end up as over 1.5 goals at odd of 1.08 odd. And the last game that we have on the list is under the South Africa league, and this particular match we are expecting the game to end up as any team not to score 3 or more goals. As you guys can see, this particular market I don't know if it is actually available on other bet platforms, but I'm very sure it will be available on 1xbet. Alright, so we have this particular match at third of 1.11 odds, and in total we are able to get 1.31 odds. I'm very sorry the odd may be small, but when it comes to discipline and commitment with odds and with analysis, I don't force odds. If I'm using this particular market and strategies, any amount of odds that I'm able to get in a day, that is what I'm going for. But at least I always focus on mostly 1.3 to maybe 1.4 and above. And if you guys observe most of our private circle group odd, you can see that most of it are always around 2 odd, 1.5 odd, 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, and sometimes 1.4 or 1.3 odd. So it depends on available games that meet up with our analysis and strategy. No pressure of, or no attempt of forcing odds to 2 odd, or forcing odds to 4 odd, or forcing odds to 5 odds. So let us look at the profit that we are going to make on the long run using these particular steps and strategies for just 30 days. So if you want to embark on this particular journey with us, just make sure that you subscribe to this particular channel so that you won't miss any of the days from this particular challenge. So as I said earlier, over 70% of sport bettors don't make any profit per day. Now I'm starting with 5,300 naira, and this will be my initial staking amount or staking capital. So that's why I want to advise you guys to make sure that you bet responsibly. Only start this particular challenge with amount that you can afford to lose. Alright, so now regarding to the bankroll management, that is how much are you going to start with this particular challenge. Use 30% of your initial capital. 30% of your initial capital. So I'm starting with 5,300 naira, so I'm going for 30% of my initial capital, and now the outcome that I'm able to get is 1,590. So this particular 1,590 naira happens to be the first staking amount that I will be using for this particular game, and after the winning I will calculate the 30% of the total capital or the total balance that I'm having. Alright, now so let us see the outcome of the first outcome of this particular initial staking capital. But for those people that are using Sportybet, this happens to be the booking code. The odd may be small, don't look at it. Let us just look at the profit for the 30 days challenge. So let us behave like an investors, and let's approach this particular challenge with discipline. Right now, so let's see what we have. Okay. Alright, now so in case if you have any question regarding to this particular challenge or regarding to any of this particular strategy, kindly drop it in the comment section, and don't forget to like our video, subscribe. So see you guys in the next challenge, and make sure that you bet responsibly. Don't bet more than you can afford to lose. And if you want to join any of our group, kindly check the video description and also the comment section. See you guys. Bye bye.